Let's talk about one of the problems with humanity. Oh, I'm on my philosophical shit. Digging in my philosophical bag right now. But let's get into it real quick. This ain't gonna be too long. It's not gonna be a whole bunch of doom and gloom. I'm gonna be neutral. People want an explanation for everything. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily bad, good, indifferent. It's just what it is. People want an explanation for everything. And while that might be fine in and of itself, what that means is people want predictability, okay? People want predictability. And, well, let's get into predictability. See, when you have the ability to predict something, that means you're in a position to possibly control it or control the outcome. Being able to predict puts you in a better position to control it or control the outcome of whatever it may be that you're predicting. And what do most, if not all, human beings like? Control. Control over people. Control over places. Control over things. Control over circumstances. We could go on and on. The fact is, people like and want control. But here's the thing. Without control, in comes in fear. Now, there are individuals out there who are just as human as you and I, who were intelligent enough to know this. Not only were they intelligent enough to know this, but they were fearless enough, they were bold enough, they were ruthless enough, and they were strategic and tactical enough to put themselves in a position to exploit our need to have control. They've exploited this and continue to exploit this by selling fear. This is where people in general feel safe enough to give up authority to those individuals in order to feel protected from this big bad world that we live in. By giving up authority to another person or persons, you forfeit your right to make choices and decisions for yourself. You forfeit your right to critically think about things, and you submit to the authority of a person or persons who will guide you by thinking for you. So going back to people wanting an explanation for everything, people have come to accept what they are told by authority figures. Doesn't matter what they're told, for the most part, they'll accept it. Of course, there's going to be people who question things and things of that nature, but as we all know, most people will just accept what they're told by authority figures, by people in positions of power, by the powers that be. I mean, this is why society is the way that it is. This is why you watch what you watch. This is why you listen to what you listen to. This is why you buy what you buy, etc., etc., etc. All of this was predetermined. You never actually had a choice. You think you do, but you don't. And to quickly contradict myself, yeah, we have choices. We have free will, but we don't have freedom. We have free will. I have the free will to, move my arms the way I'm moving my arms. I have the free will to unzip my jacket. I have the free will. I have the free will to shut this video off. We have free will. We just don't have freedom. We have privileges. We have things that we are allowed to do or not do. But there are always consequences, and real freedom comes at a cost. A cost that a lot of people aren't willing to pay. In these days and times, critical thinking is frowned upon. Critical thinking is frowned upon or not seen as cool. And it's frowned upon and not seen as cool because being a badass means being loud. Being loud means being the life of the party. And in today's day and age, that could mean being an attention whore. Doing and or saying anything to get attention. We are in a era of attention whoring. People are attention starved. So they're willing to do anything for attention. This is that reality TV era that we're in right now. You got dudes out here online saying a lot of dumb shit, doing a lot of dumb shit. You got women out here engaged in thought culture, just twerking all over the place. Twerk, twerk, twerk. Trying to get that attention. Negative or positive. They just want the attention. So critical thinking is frowned upon, and it's not cool, because if you're a critical thinker, you're not going to do those types of things to garner attention. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being outgoing. Let me just make that clear. It's not about who's outgoing or who's not. It's not even about that. When I mentioned loud, I just mentioned it in regards to the fact that when you're loud, there's no time for introspection, because you're constantly on the go. You're constantly seeking attention. You're constantly starved for attention. So you're constantly looking for ways to get attention. So you're not taking the time to really sit back and think. You're not taking the time to really just be still and be introspective. And the fact of the matter is, somebody starving for attention, being an attention whore, is really not to their benefit. Now, they might think it is. And if they do, I mean, hey, that's on them. However, that is exploited. And that is exploited by someone, not even someone, but some people, or we'll just say entity, that is 10 times, 20 times, 30 times smarter than they are. I'm gonna just put it like that. Now, because of this yearning for predictability and control, albeit a false sense of it, you will run to authority or willingly give power to people who seem better than you. You think they're better than you because of their presentation. You think they're better than you because of how well they can convince you that you need them. People also fear the unknown. So If you're lied to long enough about what you're unaware of, in due time, you will believe that lie. A lie repeated long enough will become the truth to whoever's listening to said lie. You're going to believe in that lie as long as it keeps you safe and content and comfortable. You're going to believe that lie because of the false sense of security that it gives you. You're going to believe that lie because it has made you believe that you are protected. You're going to believe that lie because you believe that there are external factors out there that are going to look out for your best interest and protect you. I think most people know how ugly the world can be. The world is beautiful too. But see, there's a yin and yang to everything. While the world is beautiful, the world can also be ugly. Both things coexist with one another. Some might argue that could be the beauty in the world, all its imperfections, all of the imperfections in it that makes the world what it is. We could say that there is a beauty in that. With that being said, I noticed that people are waiting for a hero to come save the day. This is why religion is a big thing. Religion has people believing in a savior. Outside of religion, there is the superhero. Superhero movies, superhero TV shows, superhero cartoons, superheroes. When you're constantly inundated with that type of content, you start believing. You start believing that there is someone or something that is going to come and save you from this crazy world that we live in. You believe that there's going to be something or someone to come in, swoop in, to save the day, to save you from all the bad, to save you from all the evil. That's what you believe. We all believe in something. There are things that we know, and then there are things that we believe. And sometimes the things we believe are things that we can't prove or we have never proved before. But we hold on to that belief because it's a safety net. It's an escape hatch from all the bullshit that goes on in the world, from all the bullshit that goes on a day-to-day basis, from all the bullshit that goes on in your life. You believe that there is a saving grace out there somewhere. So this goes into the fact that people are waiting for a leader or even a revolutionary to just come in and change things for the better, create the change that they so desire. Now, while having a belief system can be harmless, which is all well and fine, the negative aspect about that is the fact that it creates a society of people who play the waiting game. And while people play the waiting game, they're not taking the necessary steps, the necessary actions to create the change that they want to see in the world. See, the elite, they did a number on the people's minds, because what you have is the masses of people who have false hope in something that could just not come into fruition at all. And in the process, they become inactive in seeking the change that they would like to see. It's a slave mentality. I'm gonna just say it straight out like that. It's a slave mentality. I think it needs to stop, but I know that Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not something that's just gonna shut off just because I want it to, or just because I say it should. All I can really say is stop playing the waiting game and get up, get out, and do something. Because regardless of what you think or believe, the world's gonna keep spinning. The world's gonna keep going. So stop playing the waiting game. Get up, get out, and do something. Key phrase, do something. Peace.